We have 2 weeks before we spend the entire month of September in the UP backpacking. So I'm gonna show you how to make the ultimate backpacking van, which is also our tow vehicle, but I'm gonna redo everything. So I've got to turn this into something that's actually feasible. I ripped everything apart because I hated it. Wasn't functional, didn't work. And now we're starting all over again. We knew when we wanted to go travel all over the country in an Airstream, we also knew that the Airstream really can't go a lot of places, so we wanted the van. That's why we got the van. That's why it's going to be our tow vehicle. That's why it's a 7.3 liter diesel. So having said all that, we wanted it to be a backpacking van, right? So how can the van be a backpacking van, plus be a tow vehicle, plus be something that we can go boondocking in when we're not in the Airstream? So what does a backpacker do? It takes all of its gear and makes it multifunctional, right? That's what we know to do the best. Our RVers are just now kind of starting to catch on to that, but backpackers have known that for a long time. So I'm kind of redoing the whole van because it has to be, it has to be a backpacking van. So one of the things our van has to have, it's got to be an umbilical cord with our Airstream. Airstream connected to van, van connected to the Airstream. So one of the things we knew right off the bat, that if we're boondocking and we start running out of water, how can we get water to our Airstream without going to go get water, right? So our van is going to carry an extra 14 gallons of water, fresh water, and it will be able to pump water from our van into the fresh water tank when we're boondocking. The other thing on our backpacking van is it had to have a little bit more room. Our first build, it was just way too cramped. Ariana and I could not sleep. So I moved the bed, made it long ways instead of side to side from the van. I'm 6 foot tall, so like I could not sleep in that van at all. So now I've kind of made a couple gadgets, a couple tricks, I guess, to extend the bed, and so now we can sleep long ways, and hopefully that will cure it. The other thing too, as far as our bed goes, is that we were using a fold-out table that we bought at Walmart for the middle of the bed. We do a podcast, and so we do our podcast remotely everywhere. We use solar on our van to power our podcast equipment, so like the mixer, things like that. So what we wanted to do is we had to have the table in there. So the table slides out, but it's also part of our bed. So I'm going to show you that also. Of course, the main thing with a backpacking van, that's your tow vehicle, is it's got to hold all your backpacking gear. And Ariana and I have a lot of gear. So it's got to be easy to get to. It's got to be on the go. So the whole point of when we pull the Airstream is that we don't want any of our backpacking gear in the Airstream. We don't want any of it in there. It's all got to be in the van. Because when we detach from the Airstream and we hit the trailheads, we have all of our stuff. All of our cooking stuff, all of our clothes, all of our backpack stuff. Everything is going to fit underneath the bed. And that's how we're going to make our backpacking van. So I was able to repurpose everything from the first van build. Screws, wood, all the pallets that I really took out of the van. I reused some of them. The pallets were pretty heavy and I had a lot of pallets in the van. So I took a lot of those out to make the van lighter. but I did use some of them because I worked really hard on refinishing those pallets, and I just thought they looked really good. So, and I think that's a true character of a backpacker van, is that, you know, it's old, hardy, rustic, durable, lasts forever. That's what I think backpackers are. So far it's been okay. I'm on day 2, and I'm slow. I'm slow as it goes, man. I have to look at everything, test everything, make sure it's going to be functional, it's going to work, and everything is multi-used. Everything is, we're going to reuse over, and it's going to have a lot of different uses of it, and that's what the backpacking van has got to be. Everything in your backpacking van has got to be able to be used, not only for vanning, but for camping and for backpacking. Everything has to have a purpose, except for this piece of IKEA furniture that I bought. That looks great, but I'm so sick of building at this point. I've also just ordered a bunch of kind of cool products that I think are going to make our backpacking van that much more awesome. And it's also going to complement the Airstream in a way too. So I'm going to review those products. I have a lot of products to review. I can't wait to show you guys all of the products that we have that have to do with the van and the Airstream and what they're being used for. So I'm getting things wrapped up, and I'm just running some wiring. I'm starting the whole wiring process, putting lights in, things like that. I am putting in my solar charge controller, and I'm putting in 2 12-volt receptacles so we can charge our laptops and can charge other things for it. Again, IKEA's got some great things if you really look around in their lighting section. A lot of 12-volt lighting in IKEA. But I'm going to cut this and start putting everything back together. It's looking pretty good. So one of the things that Ariane and I also wanted to change was we wanted to take the cargo netting off from the ceiling, which really dropped our ceiling quite a bit. So we took the cargo netting out, and we just created our own cargo netting using bungee cords. So all of our sleeping bags act as insulation, not only for the heat, but also for the winter when we're not using the sleeping bag. So we've got a 15, an 18, and a 45 degree down bag up on top, and then I've got my Feathered Friends minus 15 degree bag, and I've got a Marmot 20 degree bag. So it's given us a lot more ceiling space, so we can kind of sit up and not feel like the ceiling is caving down on us. The other thing we've done is move our backpacks. They were in the back against the wall, but again, now we're really looking for space, so we wanted to utilize space that normally wasn't really being utilized. So with the new piece of IKEA furniture I bought, I'm able to put the backpacks behind it, hang them all in a row, and we can get them very, very quickly and very easily. And so far that looks like that's going to work out perfect. It's really opened up the van for more storage. So our backpacking van build part 2 is coming along really nicely, really super like it, and I cannot wait to show you guys the finished redo, which is coming up in our next video. I'm waiting for a lithium battery. Once that comes in, I'm going to hook it up. I'm going to hook up all the lights, all the stuff, and show you everything on how our backpacking van is going to work and act as our tow vehicle. I cannot wait to show you guys. So anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging in and watching our videos. Please hit the subscribe button. And always hit the bell notification so you can see the big reveal of our Airstream Argosy that's going to be revealed in the next couple weeks. You don't want to miss it. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Bye.